Star Wars The Force Awakens made over $500 million in its opening weekend. And why? Well, the critics say it, the fans say it, after the prequels sterilized the franchise, Star Wars feels like Star Wars again. Which isn't surprising, because The Force Awakens is an almost beat-for-beat remake of A New Hope. It doesn't just feature a lot of the old characters, almost every theme and major plot beat is a direct reference to Lucas's original. Star Wars hasn't just come home, it's built an exact replica of the house it used to live in, and is standing on its roof with a loudspeaker shouting, "Everyone stop using mobile phones, it's the 70s! That metaphor aside, I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are 10 ways that The Force Awakens is a remake of A New Hope. Spoilers, obviously. Number 10, info in a droid. J.J. Abrams lays his cards on the table with an opening which, had it been set in a spaceship rather than on Jakku, would have been an exact copy-paste job. A Star Destroyer slowly crawls over the camera, implying the dominance of the First Order. Thanks, Mr. Plinkett.
Oh.
Stormtroopers fight rebels, a religious weirdo in black appears, kills someone, he orders plans be found, and takes away for questioning someone high up in the Resistance, but not before that person can hide the information in a droid who then carries the burden of continuing the mission on a desert planet. Finn's crisis of conscience adds an extra layer, but otherwise it's exactly the same. The imitation is a little on the nose, but that's fine, it's the very beginning, as long as we go somewhere different next. Number 9, child abandoned on a desert planet. Okay, then maybe not. One of the most celebrated things about The Force Awakens is how, by the end of the movie, it's positioned a new generation of characters, and they're all great. Finn is funny, Poe is awesome in a can, Kylo Ren is finally Anakin Skywalker done right, but it all really begins with Rey, aka Skywalker 2.0. With her, they take Luke's orphan status and ramp it up to 11. For starters, she's completely alone on a desert planet, which may be called Jakku, but come on, it's Tatooine. Like, let's be honest, her father before her, Rey spends her time tinkering with gizmos, doing what she can to survive, and looking up at the stars, thinking how life could be better out there. It's a neat twist that she has the opportunity to leave but chooses not to, but otherwise Rey is Lady Luke from top to toe. Number 8, the Nazi space government. Oh, them rascally Cosmo-fascists. The Empire was never exactly a subtle system of governance. After all, they all dress in outfits that look like they've been designed by Hugo Boss, if you know what I mean. Their army is faceless and all-encompassing. Oh, and they blow up planets with a thing that's literally called a Death Star. The Force Awakens takes a look at the Empire and goes, well, it's good, but it's just not big or stupid enough. The First Order is probably one of the weaker aspects of the film because, well, it isn't explained at all. What do they want? How do they come to power? The filmmakers rely on us just going, oh, it's the Empire again, and leave it there. The only thing that's different is that it's a bigger Empire with a bigger army, a bigger Death Star, a bigger Emperor, and a much, 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 much bigger Moff Tarkin in the form of Domhnall Gleeson, who overacts so much he almost gives himself a brain hemorrhage. Number 7, the government's religious weirdo henchman in black. And what would the Empire be without a Darth Vader? Heck, what would a Star Wars film be without the all-pervading spectre of Vader hanging over every single square inch of the proceedings? For better or worse, the franchise cannot escape the Man in Black. The prequel's sole reason for existence was creating Vader. In the end, the overall arc of the original trilogy was redeeming Vader, and it looks like it's going to be the same with this one. So the similarities. Kylo Ren is the sole practicer of the Force for a shadowy government and is used by them as a bulldog henchman. However, under his expressionless black mask is a pale white dude wrestling with a lightness in his heart, so instead of just remaking A New Hope, they've crammed each Vader from all 3 of the original movies into one excellent performance from Adam Driver, oscillating between ice-cold laser-freezing cool and a haunted adolescent whimpering. Number 6, escaping the desert planet on the Falcon. Hey, you're a Luke Skywalker, you're on your desert planet without any family, you've got a droid in your possession and the Empire are hot on your heels. What do? Well, Rey and Finn run at the camera towards a getaway vehicle, ignoring a certain garbage ship in the process.
What a piece of junk!
When the nicer spaceship is blown up, the garbage is revealed to be, of course, the Millennium Falcon, which orphan child and droid use to escape the planet. There's also a dogfight that happens with TIE fighters, which is shot almost exactly the same as in New Hope, but it happens earlier in the film, so I guess this counts as a storytelling breakthrough. Number 5, a wretched hive of scum and villainy. Continuing the theme of something from New Hope appearing in Force Awakens but at a different point in the film's structure, Maz Kanata's castle, aka the Mos Eisley Cantina. Turns out Obi-Wan was wrong, you can find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. Finn, Rey, Han and Chewie seek out Maz's help, and while they do, the camera pans around catching plenty of bounty hunters, smugglers and ne'er-do-wells. Look, there's some scum. There's some scum over there. And hey, I think I see some villainy in the back. No one loses an arm though, which is weak, Abrams. It's weak. Number 4, big evil space weapon kills planet. In Star Wars A New Hope, the Death Star blows up Alderaan because the Empire is a massive load of bellends. In The Force Awakens, because bigger equals better, #no homo, the Star Killer is now planet-sized and kills not one, but a handful of planets, because f*** you Lucas, Disney's Spaceballs are more gigantic than yours.
That's no moon.
The body count is through the roof as billions of voices cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced. But come on, Empire, come on, First Order. Is destroying planets with your big gun literally the only trick you've got? However, the fact that the Star Killer sucks energy from nearby suns is really, really cool. Number 3, planning on the Rebel base. After escaping death at Maz Kanata's castle, Rey, Finn, Han and Chewie meet up with General Leia, who's pottering around leading the Resistance, and off they all pop to Yavin 4. Oh, no, wait, sorry, I'm confused. Yavin 4 was a forest planet, best known for its lush greenery, water, and general symbology of free and organic life. Sorry, no. They go to Takar, a forest planet with lush greenery, water, and general... You see where I'm going with this. There they gather around a 3D hologram of the Death Star Star Killer and plan to attack it with X-Wings. Seriously, is there going to be any new plot beats, or is the whole film going to be a direct... Number 2, beloved father figure dies on big evil space weapon. Oh, come on now! Arguably the most shocking moment in The Force Awakens is when Han Solo, spoilers, bites the dust. Spoilers. Lightsaber to death on a thing that looks a hell of a lot like the gangway from an Empire Strikes Back. Sure, that's from Empire, but pretty much everything else is cribbed from New Hope. Rey bonds with Han like Luke bonds with Obi-Wan. Shouts, "No!" as he's cut down by the evil religious weirdo in black. They're too far away to save him, and they're on the Death Star. It's a deeply affecting moment to be sure, but does this mean that Han Solo will get his own genial old man ghost? Because he's going to be so bored hanging out with Yoda and Obi-Wan. And number 1, space weapon blows up after weak spot exploited. The grand finale to the film is an amalgamation of all 3 films from the original trilogy. Chewie and Han plant bombs and blow up a thing like in Jedi. There's an emotion-fueled lightsaber duel like in Empire. And X-Wings blow up the big evil space weapon by targeting a small part of its infrastructure, like in New Hope. To be fair though, if the First Order is going to keep going back to the Death Star architect who insists on designing all of his enormous space testicles with a weak spot attached, then they deserve everything they get. So the Death Star, Death Star, Star Killer Star, Death Star blows up and the rebels celebrate on their home base, which is not Yavin 4, presumably with Poe Dameron being given a medal by a sobbing princess, General Leia. Now this all sounds very negative, but really The Force Awakens remakes New Hope with charm and adds just enough good new stuff like Finn to make fans anxious to see Episode 8. But with so much reliance on iconic moments past, it does feel a bit like the Star Wars universe just got that little bit smaller. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and you can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.